We have a cybersecurity bill, and we have the bail and sentencing bill, and then we also have a slight nuance that's happened with the Stronger Borders Act. That bill has been split in half, and the results and the impact of that is that we are missing some key tools that we could give to law enforcement that were in C2 that still are in the House of Commons, but they just haven't progressed. And so we really need grass-level support and law enforcement support as well to get the tools of lawful access to our police agencies, which I think are going to be very important. It's really when we're dealing with technology and advancement that organized crime has been using to their advantage. I feel our police are at a disadvantage since they are slowed down by the many steps and processes they have to go through in order to connect subscriber information to name and addresses, to IP addresses, or to phone numbers, which are often used to defraud many Canadians or extort them and exploit them in many different ways. So I'll leave it at that, and I await your questions, and I'm very happy to be here. Thank you for having me, Jean, and thank you for all the panelists.
Thank you. And so now we'll go on with our introductions.
Thank you very much. As mentioned, my name is Leanne Papazeski, and I'm the Superintendent Unit Commander of 42 Division with the Toronto Police Service. It's great to be here tonight, and thank you to MP Kenyit for bringing us all together in this forum. And thank you to the Secretary of State for Combating Crime, MP Ruby Sahota, for your leadership and all of the information that you talked about enabling our bills. We look forward to support our response, our joint response to the crime and criminality against our citizens and communities. So we welcome that. We see it's an important step forward, especially when you're talking about the Bail and Sentencing Act in Bill C-14. It brings us for community safety in the right direction. So thank you very much for coming here and for giving our community members the opportunity to speak with you and to ask questions in this forum. I'd also like to thank each and every one of you for being here today. By showing up, it shows that you're concerned about the community, that you care, and that you want to work together, stronger together to combat crime. So as I look in this room, I see a lot of community leaders and members that I see in other events, and thank you, each of you, for being here. So let me share a little bit about 42 Division. So 42 Division is located at 242 Milliner Avenue. We service the area of the Rouge Valley to the east, the 401 to the south, Steeles Avenue to the north, and Victoria Park to the west. So in West Hay would be Superintendent Locke's area and 33 Division. I'm here with my colleagues, as we mentioned, who will speak about each of their respective areas. Also in the back, I had the inspector for 42 Division, Jeff Grilly, and our neighborhood community officers and our neighborhood community officer sergeant. We have more than 220 officers and civilian members that provide 24/7 emergency and investigative service to our community. Our officers reflect the diversity of Scarborough, and in each and every shift that we have officers that speak Cantonese, Mandarin. We have some officers that speak Tamil, and that's a large area of our demographic that we service in North Scarborough. The safety of our communities is absolutely a top priority for the Toronto Police, and as mentioned, in 2025, we saw decreases across all of our community safety indicators. From homicides to shootings to auto thefts. While these numbers are moving in the right direction, we recognize that people don't always feel safe, and that even a single act of criminality is one too many when it happens in your community and when it happens to you. Strengthening both actual safety and the sense of safety is important to us, and you're pleased to join this important conversation with the community leaders and to hear directly from residents as to how we can improve safety together. Across the service, as I said, community safety indicators are young compared to the year before, and that's very encouraging. And it brings us momentum into 2026. When I look at 42 Division, like how does 42 Division compare to the rest of the city? Locally in Scarborough Agincourt, carjackings are down by 40% from 52 in 2024 to 25 in 2025. Assaults are down 8% and auto theft is down 18%. At the same time, there were areas of concern. Break-in enters rose slightly by 26 incidents, which is about 7%. Robberies increased from 198 to 204, so we're talking about 6 incidents. And theft over had rose, and that's driven in part by distraction thefts. We're seeing in North Scarborough here that there is a significant number of distraction thefts where they target agitated people. They vulnerable people that they'll come up to them and they'll distract them. And really just by saying things like, you look like my mother, and go see a good deed for directions. We have people that have come up to members of our community that was shoveling your driveway or working on our lawn and ask for directions, and they lead into the vehicle, and then they're distracted by putting on some type of jewelry or taking off or getting a hug. So certainly there's all those different types of crimes that are very prevalent right now in North Scarborough. Overall, 42 Division's indicators are down 8%. Nature crime indicators are down 8% combined. So I really look forward to tonight's discussion and hearing your perspectives. Together, I feel that we can build a safer, stronger community, and I'm going to turn over the mic to my colleague, and we'll wait questions in the second part of the program.
Thank you. Good evening, everybody. I thank Superintendent Papazuzi for this event with the 42 Division, and again, my kudos to Secretary Zahora and MP Yip with respect to inviting us here, and also where it comes into extending thanks to my colleagues and thanking everybody here for coming out and joining us for this very important event. As mentioned, my name is Superintendent Donna Billock. I'm the unit commander of 33 Division. 33 Division is located at 50 Upjohn Road. For those of you who have never been within that particular area, my division in particular, in terms of from a boundary perspective, Steeles Avenue to the north, Eglinton to the south, Bayview Avenue to the west, and then Victoria Park to the east. In particular, why we are here, we have a small part with respect to this constituency, which would be the neighborhoods of SU and Kenley Farm, of how we say from Vic Park over to 404 down to Sheffer, and then the north going up to Steeles Avenue. In particular, I just want to echo with respect to Superintendent Papazuski's comments in terms of some highlights. Quite frankly, I would echo her to fault her because she was the lead, the East lead for all the East, if you want to say, field command divisions with respect to distraction theft project and initiative, which was quite successful. I would probably say from a community safety perspective, I would say our strength, even though that we all have 60 in the case, and we sometimes kind of like in a franchise way kind of operate on our own. Where it comes to priorities like this is where we all get together, and her leadership with respect to leading that initiative had some great impact and obviously some great results. So I thank her for that. 33 division specific, we have a couple of, you want to say, new initiatives. Our division is out of the 16 in Toronto is the youngest. With respect to, we went through, if you want to say, a de-amalgamation reorganization as 3 years. So you can imagine from a change management 101, it's been fun, if you want to say, building a brand new station, which some of you remember some of the experience we had with Chief Saunders some time ago with the way forward. And at some point, we became a whole independent division back in 2023. With that, new initiatives from youth services, which quite frankly is a topic of discussion right now, are focused on youth. And obviously, one of our key If you know, the same initiatives as our community safety hubs, which we have in 2 locations, north and south in our division, which we're terms of kind of recreating in terms of what modernization of policing actually looks like. In particular to Pleasant View and Henry Farm, within those particular neighborhoods within those areas, we're down 13% with respect to some of the different initiatives. And quite frankly, working with our partners to the east as well too, so we're pretty happy with that. Overall, as a Superintendent Papazewski said, all city is down within crime. My division, given the fact that, different days work out, but a percent within my division, it depends on some of our efforts. So I probably say collectively, it's not just from a silo perspective, but we all learn, if you want to say, for lack of a better word, best practices from each other, from a colleague perspective, or we all came up the ranks with each other, and we all were just bouncing ideas with each other in terms of upliftment in different areas. And happy to be here, happy to support 1 and 2. I get to support back, and looking forward to the discussion. Oh, sorry. My apologies. My second in charge, Chris McCann, he is my inspector at my division. I apologize for that. And I have my officers in the back, my community manager and my neighborhood officers at the back. Couldn't forget about Fred. They were both so they do their work. So sorry about that.
Good afternoon, good evening. I am Brian Ford. I just want to thank everybody for being here, and thank you to our hosts for having us. Sorry, I put it close. Thank you for hosts for having us. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Lieutenant Pataguzki, Lieutenant Loft, for your leadership, for hosting us. I'm Bordy's 42 divisions, so this feels like home. I also worked at 42 division and 43 division. I won't tell you which one was better, but I do it best. Also, what happens specifically in Scarborough, it's a Scarborough, is what people usually say, and a lot of people don't understand that. Community safety is a top priority for the Trump Police Service. As we know, we work closely with our residents, business, and community partners to be up there where the public needs us the most. Well, while some challenges do exist in Toronto, it still remains one of the safest place to be, to live, work, and raise a family. Our work will continue to ensure that public safety is part of our community trust in building not only with the work that we do. In 2025, I think Trump Police Service has over 52,000 arrests, which is the highest mark they've had in history. Organized crime enforcement is, like you're saying, it's kind of scary. It's not scary at the end of the day.
But it's cool.
It is a cool unit. What I will say about organized crime enforcement, there's different pillars to it. So I'll just explain. Comes with 4 major units: Integrated Guns and Gangs Task Force, and that is a unit that goes out to most of the shootings and the gang initiatives. We have our centralized shooting response team to our CSRT. We have our crimes enforcement, and we have an OSIS, a kidnap unit. We have biker enforcement, our combined forces enforcement, and our major projects, which is our wiretap investigations. That's all part of the Integrated Guns and Gang Task Force. Also, we have our Toronto Drug Squad, which consists of street teams, and our major project section. We have our Fugitive Squad, which is our provincial rope squad, which is a repeat offender parole enforcement, and our bail and parole unit. We also have our financial crimes unit, which is our fraud unit, banks, retail, asset forfeiture, organized crime. And those are the 4 main units that work out of the organized crime section, which I'm the superintendent for. As the other superintendents have said, all the major crime indicators are down for the city of Toronto, which is a fantastic thing. Homicides are down 48%. Last year we were at a total of 44, where the year before that we were at 85. Homicides involving firearms are down 53%. In 2005, we seized over 582 crime events. Home invasions are down 35%. Car thefts are down 25%. Carjacking down 20%. So all these are just stats and numbers of what that is trying to tell you, that we couldn't do what we do without the help from the community and working together with our community partners, and just everyone coming together to having a vested interest in what the safe space is for public safety throughout the city of Toronto. I'm just proud to be a part of that. And I'm sure I'll have a lot of questions when it's time for questions, but thank you for having me here.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for being here. My name is Clayton Gamble. I'm president of the Toronto Police Association. So thank you very much for the invitation to me here today. My job is I'm in charge of the union that represents the brakemen. They're there every day keeping all of us safe. And I know there was already a round of applause, but I want to give it another round of applause. They're there every day doing fabulous work, making sure all of us can live and play in this city every day. So a round of applause. And you may ask, why is the policeman in here? Well, I have a really unique responsibility. We have 8,700 members in the service. That's police officers, special constables, parking officers, and all sorts of other positions in the service. And they actually are prohibited by law from taking political positions, speaking publicly about things for obvious reasons. My job is to advocate at all levels of government, with the federal government, provincial government, or here with your city councilors, or as an example, we have a mayor election coming up, and my job is to make sure the voices of the men and women that protect all of us are heard. And also, most of the time, the things that the members I represent want are the same that everybody wants. And that's just healthy and safe communities where we deliver lives, go to work, play, hopefully see the Leafs win, live our lives. So that's a very important thing that is my responsibility. We don't always agree on everything at any level of government, but my job is to be that voice. And I can say that we do have direct access to the Liberal government. Now I can call the Secretary of State, I can call the Attorney General, the Public Safety Minister, and even if we don't agree on everything, we have direct access to at least lobby for what we want. So again, thank you for having me here today, and we have a really good panel of experienced senior officers that have surely answer all of your questions. So thanks again for having me.
Thank you. Isn't that an impressive panelists right here? All look at us, right? And we're all ready to answer your questions. So questions may be asked in English, Mandarin, or Cantonese. For those of you who need translation, we do have the earpieces over here. And for those of you at the back looking to sit down, there are plenty of seats up front, so come on over up front to make yourself comfortable. I have one staff member, Jada, who will be providing informal translation in Cantonese and Mandarin. Here she is. Thank you. So public consultation is really important in terms of how the federal government formulates policy and drafts legislation. So it's important for us to hear your questions, your comments, and I think that many of you have received a piece of paper or pen. So if you're shy about coming up to the mic here to ask your question, you could drop it in the box. And if Grace could pass over the box, let's take, Jada, okay. Questions from the box as well as